So now let's go back to a top story about the possibility of the finance bill having some changes, and members of the National Assembly's Finance Committee have retreated in Naivasha, Nakuru County this weekend to review some 7 tax proposals in the bill that have sparked a backlash from Kenyans, opposition leaders and some stakeholders in the economic sector. Now, the 7 proposals that could either be amended or struck out from the bill include the proposal that salaried Kenyans contribute 3% of their basic pay to fund low-cost homes, the proposal that artists be taxed 15% of the money that they earn from digital platforms, the proposal that VAT on petroleum products that is currently at 8% be doubled, among other controversial proposals. And as KTN's political affairs reporter David Muthoka now reports, this comes on a day when Prime CS Musalia Mudavadi also hinted at a possible review of some proposals.
After a month-long backlash over the Finance Bill 2023 from Kenyans, the opposition and some economic stakeholders, the government seems to have finally bowed to pressure to amend some contentious proposals in the Finance Bill. KTN News can authoritatively report that members of the National Assembly Committee on Finance and National Planning, among them their chair Molo MP Kuria Kimani, are at a retreat in Naivasha, Nakuru to review 7 proposals that have been heavily opposed before tabling the final draft of the Finance Bill before Parliament on Tuesday next week. The 7 proposals that are now under the microscope of the Finance Committee include the proposal that salaried Kenyans be deducted 3% of their basic pay to fund the construction of low-cost houses, the proposal that value-added tax on petroleum products be increased from 8% to 16%, the proposal that artists be deducted 15% of the income they generate through digital platforms, as well as the proposal that individuals or firms that have taken the Kenya Revenue Authority to court be required to deposit 20% of the disputed amount at a Central Bank of Kenya account. Other proposals on the radar of the Kuria Kimani-led committee include the proposal that from next year, agents who receive rents on behalf of owners be required to deduct and remit withholding tax to KRA within 24 hours, the proposal that inputs and raw material for fertilizer be tax exempted, as well as the proposal to raise residential rental income from 7% to 10%. It remains unclear which proposals will be fully done away with and which will be amended, as members in the Naivasha retreat remained mum the entire day. Yes. However, there was a hint of a review at a Kenya National Chamber of Commerce and Industry event here in Nairobi, attended by Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi, where the Prime CS urged those with alternative ways of raising revenue to present them to government.
If you say that you do not like this tax measure, what is your genuine alternative? Because there's a financing gap to be filled. So if my proposition is not good, what is yours?
The Prime CS, however, largely defended the finance bill, saying it had been drafted at a time when the government was between a rock and a hard place. He also swung his weight behind the proposal to deduct 3% of basic pay from Kenyans who get salaries to build low-cost units, saying it was only being politicized.
I, for instance, have finished educating my children. Some of you have finished. Some of you are starting. Some of you are even on multiple lanes. Kweli ama uongo. All right? So, can you imagine me saying that I, Mudavadi, because I have finished educating my children, they have gone through the stages, I have finished. I have no business contributing to an education fund because I have finished paying for my children.
And with the government showing signs of softening its stance, the ball is now on the court of the Finance and National Planning Committee that is in a race against time to make changes to the finance bill and table its report before Parliament by Tuesday next week. David Muthoka, KTN News.